Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft 101. In this episode we're going to be doing some quality of life updates around the base. Also, kind of elephant in the room, I'm trying out a face cam, so let me know any thoughts on it. Um, we're going to go ahead and get started today actually outside of Minecraft. And we are going to be looking at vanilla tweaks. So those of you who are not aware, vanillatweaks.net is a great way to find just really basic quality of life resource packs and data packs that can help modify your Minecraft experience. So I've already downloaded a resource pack and a data pack, but I just wanted to show you kind of some of the stuff that they have in here. So in the resource pack, this will change the textures that you have. So some things that I like, for instance, are the different stems, being able to tell the difference between melons and pumpkins very easily. Just alterations of like bringing back the pink end rod, changing the texture on an iron golem so it has red flowers instead of yellow. You know, the ones that I personally like are the bringing the sides of grass blocks and mycelium and path blocks, all of those, bringing those lower. I personally think that looks a little bit better, makes it a little easier to terraform. But you can also have things like variated stone, connected textures, that kind of thing. So, yeah, that's really it. Oh, the peace and quiet, as well as unobtrusive, those are great, especially if you really, really, really hate dealing with rain. It makes the rain and snow much less annoying. As far as data packs, these are kind of like semi modded. So you can, the armor statues, which I'm probably going to do an entire episode on armor statues and how those work, is just great for doing like really, really wild and crazy creative builds. You can, let's see, what's another one that I really like? The multiplayer sleep is a necessity if you play on a multiplayer server. You can do things like anti-Enderman grief. This is one that I did put on my Minecraft 101 world, just because the Enderman, especially if you go AFK overnight, the Enderman will just destroy everything as they pick up blocks and put them back down. I personally keep the creeper and ghast grief on because I think that's important. Double shulker shells is just a lot easier for doing end raids. That's actually kind of what reminded me of these Vanilla Tweaks data packs, is the fact that when we did our end episode, I was only getting maybe one shulker shell per shulker. More mob heads. This is great, especially in conjunction with the armor statues book, because you can make really creative, exciting things. But and I do also have spawning spheres, which I'll use to showcase how spawning works for mob farms. But I just wanted to show you all that. As far as what you would do is you would just click on things that you want to add, and then you would download them, click on the installation process button, and it will tell you how to install. You install resource packs differently than data packs. Just follow the directions. It's really quite straightforward. Anyways, back to the game. So in between episodes, I've been doing a lot of work. I have been focusing on kind of gearing myself back up. Let me go ahead and put my stuff back on. So I've been working with the villagers, trying to get all my enchanted gear back up to snuff. But it's just really highlighted that there's a lot of improvements that I still need to make. I'm not really sure what I plan on doing with these villagers. As you can see here, I kind of gave up on the whole idea of having them organized. I think I might do something like have a sort of semi, trying to think of the word, my brain's not working right now. just try to have it almost like an actual village where the villagers are able to freely move around, interact with each other. It'll make it a little bit more annoying for me to try to get the right villager at the right time, but I think that would just be a little bit more exciting. So like having, you know, a huge library where the librarians would work, having some houses where all the villagers would, you know, each of the villagers would sleep, having an armory for the armorer and the blacksmith and all that. So I think I'm going to work on that probably between episodes, just because, you know, working on it on screen is a little bit too much for me. But I have also been working on upgrading the sugarcane farm. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know what? Where's my wood? Didn't I leave a whole bunch of wood over here? Maybe I took it with me. Yeah, I probably took it with me. So I've been upgrading the sugarcane farm. I'm probably also going to do some crop farms just so that I can, because one really great way to get emeralds for villager trading is by using the farmer villagers. So getting some automated crop farms going so that I'll always have crops to trade will be great. I've also been working on a creeper and spider farm. The creepers so that I can build, so I can continue to make, what are they called? Firework rockets. And the spider so that I can get spider eyes so that I can keep getting more and more villagers for villager trading. So right now, what I need to do is make another stack of pistons. 3, 4. And I need iron. That's something else to think about doing as far as upgrading, is having a centralized resource management system. Because right now I'm like running all over the place trying to get different items. I'll probably move it in with the villagers just because that's probably the more useful place to have it all. But you know, just having a storage system where all of my stuff feeds into one spot. So even taking from those animal farms and putting it into, there we go. Okay, so I just need some wood. And then there's the pistons. Okay, so let's head down into the sugarcane farm, and I'll just show you what I've been working on. We'll see what else I need. I usually end up getting down there and then realizing I forgot something. Oh well, if I need to do a cut, I'll do a cut. So I've shown off this sugarcane farm. Again, this is Tango Tech's farm from the Hermitcraft server. So, oh my goodness. So I just really need to continue placing pistons and finish filling this all out. One side done. And there's a zombie trying to find me. And while a stack of pistons might seem like a lot, as you can tell, it kind of gets used up pretty quick. But anyway, so this is one of the upgrades that I've been working on. The other thing that I've been working on, I think I'm actually going to do a cut here. So I'll see you at the creeper farm. Okay, and here we are. This is my beautiful creeper farm. To show you what's really going on in here, I'm going to hop into spectator mode. Let's see if I can get this right. Do night vision. And let's just do 30 second. No, let's do a minute. So this is what's going on inside. I have these platforms that each have a dropper, or actually a dispenser inside with a water bucket. There is a redstone clock up on the top. It will periodically put out the water, give it enough time for the mobs to flow off, and then retract the water. As long as I am the proper distance away, mobs will spawn here, they will get pushed off and down into the fire. What makes this just a creeper and spider farm is because of these trapdoors. The trapdoor changes the available space so that only a spider, which only needs a 1 block high area, and a creeper, which needs a little bit less than 2. Those are the only 2 mobs that can spawn. So assuming I am the proper distance away, there goes my night vision, those 2 mobs will be what spawn. They get funneled down here, they drop into the fire, and they burn up. And then their items fall down here into this hopper. Now, I'm not going to be getting any spider heads here because it's not a player kill. I'm hoping to get spider eyes, but so far, not so much luck. Now, as far as how to know what kind of the reasoning behind the positioning of this, let me put myself in spectator. So you want the farm to be at least 128 blocks, or you want the player, rather, to be at least 128 blocks away from any other place where mobs can spawn. One of the data packs that I added is called spawning spheres. So I can create a sphere on my location. And I know this looks like a mess, but let me hop back into spectator mode. But it tells you a lot about what's going on. So we have this first blue sphere right around the player that is 24 blocks from the player. Mobs will not spawn within that sphere. That's why if you're ever running around at night, your hostile mobs are not spawning directly next to you. They're always spawning some distance away. The other sphere out here is 128 blocks away from the player. That is the range through which mobs will spawn. There's another sphere in there actually for where mobs will pathfind. They pathfind when they're closer to you, but to save on processes in your computer, mobs that are further away are actually not going to have any AI and they're not going to move. So you want to be like just outside of that 24 block radius and not close to that 128 block radius. The reason I have built it so high up in the sky is so that this 128 block radius is always going to be above the water. That way I don't have any drowned spawning or anything spawning in the caves down below. That's one of the reasons why I always build these farms out over the ocean. Technically, it's not the best rates. It would be far better if I were closer to bedrock, because the way that the spawning algorithm works is it actually works from the bottom of the world up. So the closer you are to the bottom of the world, the faster your mobs are going to spawn. But that would require cutting out an entire perimeter or mob proofing an entire perimeter, and that's really, really annoying to do. There are methods of doing it, but I've never really felt the urge to do that. So I'm just going to clear this spawning sphere. Remove blue. There we go. So that is it for this farm. I really just need to stand out here, and I'm actually going to build myself up a little protective box because I don't want to get attacked by phantoms. I actually was getting attacked by phantoms while I was building this, which is always fun. And then I'm just going to put some slabs up here. That way it is spawn proof. And you know what? There we go. So this is going to be my little hidey hole while I'm up here. I might come back and like make this look pretty, but probably not. This is really just going to be an AFK spot where I'm going to come and farm up some spiders. Hopefully I get some spider eyes and some creepers. But actually now that I have enough hoppers, let me placed it the wrong way. Let me just, my inventory is a mess, I know. Really? I didn't want it there. There we go. Okay, now it's just a matter of getting back there and putting the hoppers into place. There we go. Now I could put an item filter here, but I don't see the point. So I'm going to get a decent amount of gunpowder and a decent amount of string and maybe some spider eyes. You know what? I'm actually going to break that. Put another set of chests here. I'll put that there. Okay. There we go. Why are there skeletons dying? I must have missed something. Where could a skeleton spawn? So working in the dark is always annoying. Let me give myself night vision again. How on earth did a skeleton spawn? I must have missed something in this top layer. I'll probably have to go back in and put more, probably do another layer of trapdoors going out one more, because it might have been that it, since this block is kind of close to that, it might have viewed it as a valid spawning space for a skeleton somehow. I don't know. That's weird. Minecraft is weird sometimes. Yeah, because there are no spaces down here. Oh well. It is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and AFK for a little bit, and I will get back to you guys when I am working on my next big project, which is probably going to be the villagers, and they're setting up some farmer villagers. So I'll get back to you guys then. And we are back. So between clips, I did quite a bit of AFKing over at the creeper farm to get a decent amount of gunpowder. I was not getting any spider eyes, so I did a little research, which I would recommend you do the research before you build the farm. And found out that you only get spider eyes from player kills, not from the mob just naturally dying. So that was a little bit of a waste. I'm still going to use it for the string. I'll probably need a bunch of dispensers at some point in the future, so having string readily available isn't the end of the world. Also, between clips, I went ahead and started up a little villager crop farm. So we can see the output right here. It's a carrot and potato farm. You can make a farm that produces wheat or beetroots, but those farms require slightly different kind of mechanics behind them. because those do have seeds and the crop itself. For carrots and potatoes, because they are relatively simple, I can actually show you the farm right here. So here I've just got a little, I guess, little crop area, and there you can actually see what's going on. So we have a farmer villager. He's going to go around and harvest these carrots when they grow up. And then he's going to take the extra carrots, and he's going to see this guy over here who is not a farmer. He's kind of stuck there, and he's going to try to throw the carrots at that guy. This hopper minecart in between them is going to catch the carrots and filter it down below. You do need the composter here for him to be able to actually be a farmer. And I believe you also need a bed, because I believe that the villagers do not harvest unless there is a bed. So I have this guy over here for carrots, and then this guy over here for potatoes. Pick up that block. As long as you have a trapdoor here, it's a little bit too short for the villager to walk underneath, but the player can walk underneath just perfectly fine. So, and then I've got this third villager here. He's just standing on a regular block. He can't get out. The farmers are trying to give him carrots and potatoes. They can't. So anything they throw at him just goes down below. You do need to be careful when leaving that the farmer does not get out. I actually had the carrot guy get out and out into the world. So now we've got a decent supply of carrots and potatoes. There actually was an incident where my carrot farmer died, I think, when he woke up in the morning and got out of his bed. He must have glitched into the wall and died. So accidents happen. That's why I've got that infinite villager breeder, so I can just keep throwing villagers at projects when I need them. But that is a really, 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 really basic villager-powered crop farm. I mean, you can do things like nano farms where you're using a lot of bone meal, but I just wanted something that would happen passively without me needing to monitor it. I do need to hook that up to a storage system. Like I said earlier in the episode, I do need to have like a centralized storage system. So I think what I'm going to do in between episodes is do a little bit of designing for the storage system. I want an automated or semi-automated storage system where it'll just take items from, like, for instance, all of these animal farms, from the iron farm, from the crop farm, and it will funnel them all in to the same space. And I'm really kind of liking the idea of starting to make the villager cavern here more habitable. So making a space for myself, maybe turning this whole entrance area into the storage area, and then digging a cavern in here for the villagers that would keep them safe and be a place where I can trade with them. So let's check the drops from... Ooh. Okay, so that backed up quite a bit. As I mentioned, I've been doing a little bit of AFKing, so let's see. Is it backed up all the way onto the hoppers? Yep. Ooh, that's not good. So I need to work on the storage system kind of immediately, because I'm just having sugarcane despawning. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. It might end up being a little bit shorter than usual. But I do feel like we got a decent amount done. Still a lot more to do, but that's for future episodes. So feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.